bit of a different video than I normally make. Normally my videos are obviously out on the paddle. This time I've gone camping and I'm in Penistone in South Yorkshire. So I'm up here for about 4 or 5 days. I've got family to visit and I'm also taking in some trails on the way. I've got a new tent. I didn't get a chance to actually set it up till today, so this was like the first time. I normally try and do a dummy run at home, but with the weather conditions, I was away in Scotland. When I got back, it was just, the ground was waterlogged, so did have a little bit of a struggle this morning. But there's very few reviews on this tent, so what I will do, I will be reviewing it. Unfortunately, I didn't want to record myself setting it up. It was 28+ degrees. It was a bit stressful, so I will discuss that when I do the review on the tent. I'll also do a little bit of a kit review. I am car camping and then I'm just leaving it here and I'm travelling on for the day and then obviously coming back to base every night. So yeah, it's I've got tons of gear with me. I've got everything bar the kitchen sink. I even brought 2 tents because this one hadn't been out the bag, so obviously I was worried that there was a broken pole or there was going to be something wrong with it. But more about that later. So yes, I'll do a tent review once I've had a brew. Just want to have a cup of tea and have a little relax, and we'll do some more recording. Well, as promised, I said I would review my new tent, so here we go. This tent is a Eurohike Ribble 3. Been out a couple of years, or 2.5 years I believe. There is plenty of reviews online, written reviews, but when I went on when I went on YouTube, there was only, I think, 1 review, and that was a guy testing it out in the rain. There was nothing about assembling or anything like that. So some of the bad reviews said that they couldn't get the poles into the pegs at the bottom down there. I must admit, like I said in my intro, it was very hot when I turned up. I hadn't assembled this before and I was getting stressed out with it, so I basically had to sit back for 5 minutes, relax, get the material in the correct position, and I got them in. But it does take a bit of force, so yeah, it's a bit tricky, but I think it'll get easier with time. You know, and as I said, I didn't have the opportunity to set this up prior to leaving home, really, so this was the first time. Another thing with it, I've brought 2 tents anyway, and it was just in case it was incredibly windy, because I don't think this is going to hold up very well to the wind. These sides down the bottom, there's been a bit of a blow and they're flapping about and sort of going in and touching the inner, so I think I'm going to get some loops so I can actually peg them down, just do a little modification, and that'll be on both sides. I mean, generally speaking, it's a lovely tent. I've been sitting out under this canopy, and this is why I bought it, because you've got quite a roomy. I mean, it is a free person. There's no way, absolutely no way. You have to actually sleep sideways, side on. I've got a single air mattress, which is a Eurohike single in there, and it just about fits in. It's more or less pushing the inner tent out. So yeah, I mean, I've got a sim with me as well from the Aldi store, which I've not tried, so I may try that tomorrow night and review that. But I do like this canopy. I've been sitting under it. I mean, the sun's blazing. I've been sitting under it with a cup of tea and just really enjoying it, just keeping out the sun and just getting a breeze. The other thing is, I've not bothered with it's dry as a bone here at the moment. I've not bothered with a ground sheet on the inside under the inner and coming out, because the first thing in the morning when it's going to be nippy, I'm going to have a brew just on the grass there. Yeah, so again, that's quite handy, that you can sort of more or less just open the door, take the flap up and have a brew. You can warm up while you're brewing anyway. So right, I'll just take you inside. So there's the inner. Obviously you've got don't know how well it's coming out, I can't really see it. You've got the zip door and there's a fly mesh just at the top, which you can open up. It's so hot, I'll see how it goes tonight. I'll probably leave the outer door open. There's my little setup inside. I did say I've brought everything bar the kitchen sink, and I have, but I've not camped for a while. 2 air vents on there, and as you can see, a light hook. It's not a bad little tent. I certainly wouldn't take it out in the winter, but I've got another tent for that. All right, let's come out. few bits of my kit there. I've got a big box, I've got all sorts in there. I just carry that, and I use that as my table, my main table when I'm eating tonight. So I'm doing myself a big chili con carne or something. My beer bag, a little collapsible washing up bowl, collapsible water container, and I've got two of these little tables that you stick in the ground. They're a little bit wobbly. Again, their first try. I've had them about a year and I've got to use them. My old faithful, I love these seats. Although I'm 62 and struggling to get out of them a bit now, they're really comfortable. And this is a new addition to my kit. Two Kampa Solo stoves on stand. Used it for a brew earlier, tried them out indoors. Used it for a brew, brilliant, really fierce. It's got a 300 bottle on at the moment because I already had these. But I believe if you get the 500C, the C500, the screw in, it actually then touches the floor as well, so it acts as it's even more stable. But they are pretty, I mean, they're rock solid. Now the other thing is, if I'm having a brew just on the outside of the tent, I may just peg it down as well, because you've got the legs there, so obviously it's even more stable if it's secured to the ground. So yeah, I'm quite impressed with them. I think they were only, can't remember much, they were, I think 9, maybe 13 pound, but they do a double. But you know, I just prefer to have two singles. I was using one earlier. Now I'm going to cook up my chili and rice. I'm going to use the both. Okay, well, I've split some wood earlier and I've got a few logs. I've got more than that, but I've just put a few out. And here's another new addition to my kit. It's a Volcann grill barbecue come fire pit. I won't be using it as a grill tonight, but I will probably at some point add on my feelings on it. I just think it's a great bit of kit anyway. Already it's got brilliant reviews again, and you can just, it's quite heavy doing this one-handed, but this can just slide in. Bear with me holding the camera, and obviously once it's all fired up underneath, you've got the grill area, the flat area there, and that area over there. So it's got brilliant reviews. This one is the 600mm long. There's a 420. I actually ordered it by accident. The 420 would have done me, in all fairness, and I think this was £54 with postage, so it's not that cheap, and it's actually it's quite heavy. But again, car camping. Now tonight I'm using this as a fire, purely using it as a fire. Tomorrow night I'm doing a full sort of fry up mixed grill type thing. Then I'm going to give it a proper workout, then slide the grill out, and then build it up, and it becomes my fire to sit in front of for the night, drinking my alcohol. Okay, that's it for now. I'm going to start doing my food. I think it's getting dark in about an hour, so I want to get this fire sort of ready to light up before it gets dark. I think it's 7:30 here. It's dusk, so I want to get my grub down me. It's beginning just to cool down a bit now, which is quite nice. Get a beer on the go, and I'm sure I'll speak to you a bit later once the fire's roaring, because everybody loves a fire. Okay, so speak to you later. Bye for now. It's my timer set. 5 minutes to go. Nice tomato and beef pasta with a chili con carne tonight. Nothing too special. Must sort out something on these handles. They get so hot. Nice to have a handle, but you can't lift it off. Beautiful sunset this evening. The sun's very, very low now. It's very much in my eyes, but it'll be gone probably within a half hour. So I want to get my grub in me, get my fire started, then get washed up. I don't want to be doing my fire after dark. Well, that's my dinner served up now, so I'm just going to tuck into this. I'm very hungry now, and I want to get washed up and sorted out before it gets dark. It's too easy to get carried away on days like this because it's so bright and sunny, but it will be getting dark from sort of 7:30, so I've got to be very careful of that. Well, that's it, dinner eaten, all washed up, dried up, packed away. Just beginning to get dark now, so I got the fire started, and it started a lot easier than I thought, so it's burning away like a good one. So I'll just leave it there, and I'll see you later on when I'm sitting in front of it having a beer. Oh well, this is the life. Fire and a beer. It's getting dark quite early now, especially up here. I was quite surprised. It's not even 8 o'clock, it's about 7:55, and it's more or less dark now, which obviously makes the fire look nicer, and it's getting nice and cool now, so I'm moving closer and closer to the fire. But anyway, I'll leave it there, and I enjoy my beer and the fire, and I'll see you in the morning. Good night. Oh well, good morning. Not long woken up. It's just turned 6:30 AM. I slept quite well. It's about 11-12 degrees this morning. Obviously, there's well, as it would be for this time of year, there's a lot of dew on the ground, and the tent's nicely covered. But yeah, I slept pretty good. I ended up getting into my pit at about 10. Slept till about midnight, and sort of there was a lot of noise. There's a road just up the hill. It's quite a distance away, but the noise travels, and that really, the traffic didn't really stop on that till about 1:30 AM. So I was very aware of that because it's so quiet other than that. And again, ran about 4:30. It got very busy again. It's a major A road, so but you know, I got plenty of sleep. Before I go and get cleaned up and start doing my breakfast, I'll just give you a little look of my view from the tent. There you go, that's what I've woken up to. Obviously I've got a small wall in front of me, but I'll get out there in a minute. In front is my Kampa Solo cooker, one burner cooker, but I've got a fire on top. So and this is what I was saying yesterday about the tent, with no ground sheet and a porch. I left the porch open last night. I'm actually able to more or less heat the tent with obviously adequate air. The legs, not at the moment because it is more or less outside, they can be then pegged down so that the actual stove doesn't move. That little stove on the top of the cooker, it can be twisted and sort of locked in, so if you sort of just knocked it, it won't fall off. It's quite, you'd have to kick it, literally kick it. So I'm getting a bit of heat off that already, just sitting in the tent, so just to take chill off. Yeah. So here is my view. This is a farm field. If I go to the left here, that's actually a working dairy farm, and there is actually one other camper turned up very late. It's a lady on her own, so just me and her with the fields to ourselves. So we'll just pan round, and there's some noisy ladies. They were let out last night, and the noises during the night from them. That's Penistone, sorry, in the distance there. Wind farm up on the hill. This is the view in the other direction from what would be the back of the tent, and up by that tree line there is an A road. You'll probably see a sign in a minute because there's a roundabout about a quarter of a mile further up. It's quite a distance up, but I suppose the sound of the traffic travels down through the valley. Well, it's breakfast time now, so this morning I'm using another new toy. I only picked this up the other day. It's RidgeMonkey Sandwich Toaster XL. Although it's a sandwich toaster, people are using it for literally cooking everything, frying up, baking, and also. So this is my first go with this. So I'm going to have, see my ingredients over here. I'm having sausage, bacon, melted cheese, baps. So get some oil, get it heated up, and get the food on the go. I do like a sausage and bacon roll. Thing is, I've seen a lot of videos. I've been watching a lot of videos on this sandwich maker. It's a really great gadget. Even these rolls, putting them on the top, it acts like a warming plate, which yeah, it's lovely and warm. It don't take too long to cook the sausages in this because obviously it's sealed. You're sealing it with a lid. Again, this is the first time using, so I'm going to be a little bit careful. Yeah, cooking nicely. Give them another few minutes and we'll get the bacon on. The sun's out now behind me. I think it's going to be a bit overcast today, which suits me. It got up to about 29 degrees yesterday when I was setting up. It was more or less slaughtered me. I think today's is 18 to 22, so it's a lot cooler. And tonight's going to be considerably colder, so I might have to adjust my layers. Last night I was absolutely fine. I actually slept more or less naked under a duvet. Got away with that, but I don't think I will tonight. Right, well, the bacon's in now, so I'll just close the lid again and give it a minute or so, and just keep turning it for a bit, and we'll be done. It's coming along very nicely now. It's on quite a low heat. I'm using bacon medallions. I'm a fussy bleeder. I don't like fat on the bacon, so I tend to cut it off. I just thought I might as well just buy medallions in the first place. It saves me mucking around with the food. Problem with all bacon these days, for some reason, you seem to get it's a lot of water content. So you can see there's loads of water in there. So what I'm going to do is close it, take it away from the stove, just tip it up, and I can drain a lot of that water off. That's how it cooks better. I'll give this a turn in a minute. Let's do another. You know, it's because you can turn it, you can sort of layer the bacon. rather than having to have it laid out flat. So I mean, I could sort of, you know, when you're turning it, so you're cooking it evenly, so you could even then sort of now add an egg. You just got to play around with it, work it out. You can also split the pans. What I'll do, when I've cleaned the pan up later, I'll show you the ins and outs of the pan. The pan opens and it can be separated into 2 frying pans as well, so you can go so far like this, split it with another burner and cook things separately. It's I think it's £30 though, or 29 something, £29.95. It's a good bit of kit, and it's going to get used indoors at home as well. That's more or less certain. Just turn it a couple more times, and then right at the last moment, quick flip. So it's all stayed right as apart. That's it. Get in there. I'm just leaving the pan open now and just letting this bacon crisp up a little bit. Actually, what I may do, just briefly, is close it, and because the top acts as hot plate, I've got cheese in the buns. I might melt the cheese a little bit, see if it works. I only want it slightly melted. Doesn't matter if it doesn't work, but we can try it out. Well, it's certainly warmed the buns. I think over a period of time that would actually soften the cheese. But the buns are lovely and warm now. Put them over here. Oh, I'm hungry. Lovely smells. Unless you're vegan or vegetarian, I don't think anyone dislikes the smell of bacon. So, the sausages are split. Leave it open a little bit and just brown the bacon. I do like it well done. Looks like I might have a spare sausage if you want it. Yeah, I will. It'll be eaten on its lonesome afterwards. Okay, shut that up and just turn it off and keep that sausage warm. Just turn it. Bit of sauce. Not too much because I don't want to get in a mess. And that one there is a warming plate. There we have it. Okay, as promised, I was going to show you the packing away, well, assembly of the RidgeMonkey. I've cleaned it all up now, so I can basically get on with it. So the handles, when it's attached, they're magnetic, so when you close it, they actually click together. All you do is you press the button, remove, you're putting it in, press the button, and lock it in. So these come out. 1, 2. There's your utensil kit, spoon, spatula, not quite sure what that's for, and that's got a spoon with the grooves in so you can sort of take stuff out and leave the juices behind. So what you do is you turn it over, they go this way round, I believe. That's it, 1, 2, that's them in nice and securely. I'll put them down, 2, put the RidgeMonkey back together. I think it's around about 45 degrees. Let's get this right. It's awkward trying to do it for the camera. There you go, and that's it locked in. So now you've got it as a single pan unit. And all we do, flip this over. Handles fall out. I can actually put it in the other way up. Put it in, thus close the pot up. So if I turn it over, there's your utensil set with your handles underneath. It does say in the instructions, and it's advice from other YouTubers, don't use metal utensils inside, you'll scrape off the coating. That's going to be definitely true, because where I've been using it on my stove, the first time I've used it, the coating is pitted top and bottom where I've been turning it and putting it on top of the metal stove. Can't be helped, it's going to rough up. The thing is, it will do the job, but it's not going to look pretty over time. But honestly, that was a great bit of kit. That was such an easy breakfast to do this morning, so I'm very pleased with that. So that's the RidgeMonkey sandwich toaster XL. There's two versions, there's a smaller one and this version.